What's up, everyone? Good morning and welcome back to Universal Orlando Resort. Figured we'd do something different in this vlog today. We're going to start our day over at Islands of Adventure. We usually start at Universal Studios, and we're just going to kind of walk the park and see what kind of hidden details we can find that maybe are overlooked, especially if you're coming for just a day or if you're with a whole family. So I figured it'd be kind of fun to walk the park and see all the little details. There's so many little hidden nods to old attractions or things from within that world. So we'll head over there and we'll check that out over at Islands of Adventure. And then maybe we'll see about getting over to Universal today. We'll see what the day looks like and the weather looks like. So come hang out. Make our way to Islands. They actually had an official christening of the Hemisphere Dancer, Jimmy Buffett's plane, that did get reinstalled here just recently. They had a little stage set up here, and Jimmy Buffett's daughter was here to raise a margarita and christen the reinstallation of the Hemisphere Dancer at the Lone Palm Airport bar outside of Margaritaville. A classic lighthouse here that's been standing tall for 26 years now. Right now at Islands of Adventure, they do have a annual pass entrance to the left. It's kind of the exit of the park. So if you're coming, just head over in this direction. I also really forgot how amazing the background music is to Islands of Adventure. I love the soundtrack. They released it on Spotify. You can actually listen to it. I really wish one day they would actually release it on a vinyl record, which would be really, really cool. A lot of construction going on over here towards the exit of Islands of Adventure. This is the old bathroom location. Probably just painting and fixing everything up, and then they do have scrim and a facade over the scooter and stroller rentals, but you can still go in there and rent a scooter or a stroller. But our first hidden detail here at Islands of Adventure is kind of just in the entrance to the left, even as you're leaving. You can actually mail a letter here from Rocket Air Mail. Actually walk up, and if you have a letter, drop it in there. Universal collects mail every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they will mail it out with a Universal stamp for you. So postcards, letters, whatever you want. But really, I love the theming here. Super cool. Port of Entry Postal Service. You can spend hours just in Port of Entry looking at all the little details and listening especially to all the little audio tracks that they have throughout this whole area. But we're going to make our way under that Adventure Begins iconic bridge here and see what adventures await us and what fun details we can find here at Islands of Adventure. This is one of the things I'm talking about, is like if you head over here to the right, just past the Christmas store and past this big waterfall here, up on the second floor is a pet store. And if you listen really carefully, you can hear birds chirping and cats meowing, and there's actually statues of cats on the balcony there. And then right next door to it, above the Christmas store, is the Lucky Monkey. And again, if you listen very carefully, you can hear gambling going on all the way up at the top there, and see those dice rolling around that awesome sign. or fire department, fire brigade moving closer to water. And if you look, the fire brigade and fire department burned down. See those scorch marks on there. Again, just a little cool hidden detail that nobody really sees as they walk through port of entry. Yeah, Flora's rare and exotic plants with this really cool door, and they have some really neat plants that you can actually walk up to and look at. Wind chimes, but it's all made of pots and pans. Kite shop around the corner. Merlin's Mambo to the Stegosaurus Stomp. Discover the world of dance. So that's kind of nodding towards two of the lands that one was here. It's defunct now, which was Lost Continent, and where Dueling Dragons used to be. That's the Merlin Mambo, and then Stegosaurus Stomp, of course, refers to Jurassic Park. Love walking into this park and seeing the Jurassic Park Discovery Center across the way. But if you make your way over to the wait time sign and the posted sign here, actually some cool hidden details around it. So you have different themes and nods to the different lands. So you have like beakers and rulers and stuff for Jurassic Park. There's a one fish. And then inside the bowl is a blue fish and a red fish for Dr. Seuss. Marvel Mystery Oil for Marvel Superhero Island. And then on this side, there's some paintbrushes. Camera for Skull Island and King Kong. Binoculars, so the paintbrushes are probably for Seuss Landing. And a cup with a castle on it for Harry Potter. We're going to start our day over in Seuss Landing. Like I said, if you do have early park admission, you can walk up and show your park ticket, and they'll let you into this area of the park.
You're good. Just
Thank you.
On the bridge, okay?
I love this artwork here of this squid with the diver's helmet on it at the backwater bar here. The Confisco Cafe here is actually all themed to the different ports as well at Islands of Adventure. So it's all themed to be like a cargo shipping station for the rest of the park. And we have arrived to Seuss Landing. It's always great coming to Universal early in the morning. As you can see, you can have areas of the entire park to yourself. Love all these little hidden topiaries throughout the park, or throughout Seuss Landing as well. If you head over here to the right as you're walking into Seuss Landing, you have McElligot's Pool. And you used to be able to throw pennies into the fish mouth, and if you did, it would squirt water at you. One really cool hidden fact about this over here is all the proceeds that are thrown into this pool is donated to Give Kids the World Village right here in Central Florida. There is a plaque over here on this side of the McElligot's Pool. Now, McElligot's Pool is one of the books that was banned for Seuss.
Young man, you're sort of a fool. You'll never catch fish in McElligot's Pool.
Our proceeds will be benefit Give Kids the World. And if you head past McElligot's Pool to this back area, there's this really nice seating area back here. And again, more crazy moose-looking deer pals topiary. This is really nice seating area. It also leads into the Cats, Hats, and Things gift shop. And there's this egg. This is the egg from Horton Hatches an Egg that he sits on. So you can come over here. They have little descriptions for each book that the area is based on. But you can go over and take a picture sitting on the egg from the second Horton Hears a Who, so Horton Hatches an Egg book. Back behind stroller parking for One Fish, Two Fish, and Cat in the Hat, you do have this winding pathway. Now this over here used to be a stage show. The stage is still back here. Now it's used as like a dog relief area for service animals and just kind of backstage stuff. But yeah, if you come back here, there's these really cool staircases, which is currently being occupied by a lizard. Hi, lizard. And then, yeah, if you head over across from where the lizard's hanging out, you can see this big stage. This has been abandoned for many years now. But this used to be kind of where they would do a stage show for Cat in the Hat. Almost like the book reading one they do in the middle of Seuss Landing now. But, yeah, there's this giant stage that's just back here rotting. Also just a nice area to let your kids run around, too, if you really wanted to. Or one day if they'll ever put anything back here. Made our way over to the carousel. Before we check that out, look at all these cool signs. There's a few of them throughout the area called Fuddle is for Miss Fuddle-dee-Duddle. There's one it's kind of sporadic in the bushes, but anyways, back to the carousel. So this is the carousel. A lot of cool, amazing, unique animals you can ride on that all move when you pull the lever or string or whatever's attached to it.
Please remain seated until it finishes going round.
Fun fact, this is actually the fastest carousel in Florida. I don't know if it's one of the fastest in the world, but this is actually the fastest carousel in Orlando, Florida. Pretty cool. And another fun thing over here in Seuss Landing is the pathway you can take for the Lorax. You head up to the Onceler's house. The Lorax is standing on his stump. And if you actually get close enough to these pipes, well, maybe it's not working today, but you can usually listen in and hear the Onceler tell the story of the Lorax. But just another cool little hidden detail here in Seuss Landing. Not quite open yet, but if you head over to Dr. Seuss's All the Books You Can Read, inside, I'll be able to see a little bit. Inside there is a table in there, and off to the side. And usually they have coloring, so they have coloring sheets for the kids or the adults, and you can head in there and color. And then there's actually a window right there that's actually really good to see when the characters come out to do the reading the Lorax story, which is located right there in that courtyard as well.
don't happen to have some of those. But look out for B, a bodacious blue bubble. And bumblebees buzzing won't cause you much trouble.
C is for cookie.
Who said that? Please stop. This C is for the Circus McGurkus Big Top. And D, that's a breeze. How about the daring young lad on the flying trapeze? Does anyone's name here start with D? Like Dana or David or Dingus McGee? E is for everyone under the sun. F is for friends who are all having fun. G is for green, but we'll get to that. H is for what tops that silly old cat. That's right, the hat of the cat. Or maybe just for the old hip, hip, hooray! Yeah, you can do it. Say hip, hip, hooray! Good for you. We could do that all day. I is for icing on top of a cake. And J is for jumping right into a lake. At the new McGrew Zoo, you'll find King Kerchoo lording it all over K and L too. When you come down the road, did you happen to see a sign for a village called MNOP? O is for opposite. North and south going Zaxes, stubbornly stopped, unbudged in their traxes. P is for perfect. A day at the beach. Q is for quick. Look, that must be a sneetch. Now back to G. Why? For green eggs and green ham. I really like them. I do, Sam, I am. R is for roundabout. Now you can see we're heading for Sneechtown with S and a T. Uncle Ob's umbrella is a triple for you. And he just might throw in his underwear, too. V's for the visitors here on vacation, here to see us from many great nations. W is for why does this ride have to end? We wish to ride more, so please tell us when. And now X, Y, Z, the riding gets tough. Z is for zero, for the chance we won't say that our ride through Seuss Landing was the best of the day. And so, we'll just finish up now with zip, zip, zooray!
Another banned book here is Mulberry Street. This is the Mulberry Street store, gizmos, gadgets, and goodies galore. There's also a really cool little hidden ooze room.
Green, thick, and hot. It sure smells dreadful, does it not? That means the smoke is now just right. So quick, before the day gets light. Go Mexico, go high, go high. Go rise into the kingdom sky. Go make the oobleck tumble down on every street, in every town. Go make the wondrous oobleck fall and bring down oobleck on us all. Oh, snow and rain are not enough. Oh, we must make some brand new stuff. So feed the fire with wet mouse hair. Burn an onion, burn a chair. Burn a whisker from your chin, and burn alongside a lizard skin. Burn yellow twigs, and burn red rust, and burn a stocking full of dust. Make magic smoke, green, thick, and hot. It sure smells dreadful, doesn't it?
Even me, who has been coming to these parks for his entire life, finds something new. I've walked through that doorway, especially with my kids, hundreds of times. I've never ever heard that they're playing the audio or reading of the audio from Bartholomew and the Oobleck. It's another Dr. Seuss book, but it's another hidden gem here at Seuss Landing that you just will miss if you don't see it. As we head out of Seuss Landing, we had to come by and see my favorite sign in the park. Just like that, we say bye-bye to Seuss Landing and head over that infamous bridge to the Lost Continent. Rumor has it the Lost Continent is not really going to be around much longer. So there's not much to do in Lost Continent other than eat at Mythos, which is still one of the best restaurants in a theme park. But you got this really cool statue here, this iconic Lost Continent statue here when you walk in. Now with the Lost Continent, the rumor is that this is going to be Zelda. There has been no official announcement from Universal, but this is still one of the coolest areas in the park, especially just to come and relax. But if you head to the left, kind of down this little pathway here, you get some beautiful views of the lagoon and the rest of the park. But down here, there is a bridge if you need a bridge and not take stairs. You're going to come and find these really cool alcoves here, beautiful rock work, and then you're going to kind of make your way further down the pathway here. You're going to come to this bridge, and if you listen very carefully, I don't know if it'll pick it up on the camera. But if you listen very carefully, there is audio coming from underneath this bridge because there's a troll that lives beneath the bridge. Pretty cool. You can also come back here and get some amazing views of the rest of Islands Adventure, like Hulk over there, Marvel Superhero Island, Toon Lagoon, and Me Ship the Olive, which we'll head over towards in a little bit. And then you can get a really cool view of one of the best inversions on a roller coaster for Velocicoaster back here, that Mosasaurus roll that happens right at the end of the ride. Another hidden item down here in Lost Continent. If you look down here, there's like a weird fish rock that must have fallen off somewhere, and it's spewing water out of its mouth, along with, of course, the iconic Poseidon head up there. Still really sad to see Poseidon's Fury just completely abandoned. There has been no movement over here at all for almost 2 or 3 years now since it closed. They took out the sign, but it still says Escape from the Lost City down here at the old sign. And they do have the queue blocked off. But as you head back towards where you exited Poseidon's Fury, you can still get really cool views of the temple there. Giant Poseidon foot there, and the trident. We're still doing the How to Train Your Dragon overlay here in Lost Continent. But if you head towards the back, this was the old Sinbad Theater. You can kind of still come walk around over here and see the facade for the theater at least. They were using the inside of the theater as like a cool zone for the summer. But I guess that's all closed off, but still fun just to walk around back here. Yeah, this is all just sitting here, so hopefully soon they will announce Zelda or whatever is going to replace Lost Continent, so that way we can kind of make this area of the park living again, because right now it's just like a shell with some shops and some good restaurants, but there's not much to do in Lost Continent other than eat and shop and walk straight through it to either Jurassic Park or Hogsmeade. In the All Hallows Eve boutique, they do have the Terrifier merchandise. They have the large version of the stained glass. They have the Jason merchandise, the generic Horror Nights merchandise, but then they have like merchandise for the creature from the Black Lagoon. They have a lot of the costume pieces from Epic Universe. These are all from where they do the monster makeup. You can get the Wolfman jersey and pants and shoes. Same thing for creature from the Black Lagoon. You get the shirt, the swim trunks, and the shoes. I always love coming in here just to see the decorations each season. Back here they do have the Dracula stuff, Frankenstein stuff as well from Epic, the dress up like a monster products. Chucky merchandise and more. Not going to spend too long here in Hogsmeade, but there's one thing I wanted to show you that you can do from in here that's pretty unique. Make your way over to the Owlery, or the Owl Post. You can actually come back here. Got see those owls up there. And actually get postcards and things just like up front mailed to your home, and they would actually wrap it to make it look like the brown partial packages like these in the window from Harry Potter. As we walk underneath those iconic gates, we have entered Jurassic Park. Does anybody remember the preview center? Well, just like they have the Epic Universe preview center now. Does anybody remember the Islands of Adventure preview center? It was located just to the left of the entrance to the Mummy, which was then Confrontation. It's where the lockers are now for the Mummy, and it contained a book that you had to collect stamps in for each of the lands. So you'd walk into the first room and it would be Port of Entry, then you walk into the next room and it would be Seuss Landing. It would be like a carousel vehicle from Carousel, and ride drawings and sketches for what the land's going to look like, and you would get a stamp. Then you would go into the next section, which was then the Lost Continent, and they had a statue of a dragon and like a Merlin's like wizard ball or like fortune-telling ball in the middle of the room. You got a stamp from there. You went into Jurassic Park. I vividly remember the Jurassic Park room. It was a big open room, almost looks like a facility with a big metal roll-down door. And as you got close to the door, it would bang. The raptors would be banging on the door on the other side and scare you as you walked up to it. And then the exit hallway from Jurassic Park into Toon Lagoon was a dark forest-themed hallway with a giant T-Rex above it. Then, of course, you would go into Toon Lagoon, see some of the comic strip ideas and like a ride vehicle for Dudley Do-Right. You would go into Marvel and see what they're going to do for Marvel, and then you would exit out and you would get like a sticker or a button at the end of it if you got all the stamps for the Preview Center. That was located there before the park opened, just like we do have the Epic Universe Preview Center now. It is very, very, very not interactive like the Islands of Adventure one was, but we'll see. We'll see how long that stays there and what's going to replace the Epic Universe Preview Center. Also, why is the Spinosaurus with the Jeep from the first Jurassic Park? I don't get it! Now, Jurassic Park is kind of broken into two sections now with Velocicoaster. You do have that classic Jurassic Park theming, like the Discovery Center here, which we're about to walk into. This is still based on the first Jurassic Park. You can see that iconic Brachiosaurus and T-Rex skeleton there. Now downstairs they did have a lot of more interactive elements. It's still down there. They do have the trivia. You can like move around and check out these bones. And then they did have these things where you can kind of like see through the eyes of a dinosaur. That's all kind of hit or miss working. They did turn downstairs more into a gift shop for a Velocicoaster because that's one of the fastest ways to get to Velocicoaster. But coming up here and just seeing the vintage signage and the vintage skeletons here from the first Jurassic Park is always amazing. Yeah, over here to the left, downstairs, you can see those dinosaurs that you can, and you used to be able to go like up into its tummy, and they had big binoculars, and you could like see through their eyes and what they were looking at and turn their heads, which was very cool. There's a T-Rex, a Brachiosaurus, and then there's a Stegosaurus kind of down here. But another really cool fun fact and hidden gem of the park is coming back here to the very back of the Discovery Center on the second floor, and having lunch or just coming back here to enjoy the view. There's nobody back here right now, and this is one of the most beautiful views of the park, especially of Velocicoaster there. Go ahead inside the Camp Jurassic and see what kind of cool hidden details we can find in here. Now, of course, one of the most coveted rides to ride is the Pteranodon Flyers up there. You do have to have a child with you. Adults are not allowed to ride without a child. And you can't rider swap it because it's for the child, not for the adults. But they do have height sticks out here. And the entrance is just in Camp Jurassic on the left. There's a lot of really cool hidden corners and areas in Camp Jurassic, so let's go explore. This is one of the best places to cool off, especially on a hot day or even a rainy day. You come down to this little corridor down here, nobody ever comes down here, and it's cool and shaded and slightly covered. And if you head further deep in this cave, you'll find Echo Cave. Hello, how are you? I asked you first. Oh, that's really mature. Say exactly what I say. Pretty cool here in Camp Jurassic, as you find these little hidden areas throughout this whole playground for kids. Beautiful cascading water park. Now this area over here, typically you would get soaking wet at, because there are water cannons up there as well. But what's really cool are these Dilophosaurus heads that if you hit the button, sprays water everywhere, so you can battle people that are up there shooting water down at you. before we head that way to the giant dinosaur footprints in the ground, you can head into this cave and check out the amber mines. Just like the amber mines in the movie, where the mosquitoes are stuck and turn into amber, or the tree sap turns into amber. And if you look, there are little bugs and things inside the amber in this amber mine. And then if you go this way, there's actually a sensor trigger that has bat sounds. Always love coming over here and stomping on these giant footprints and making the dinosaurs go off. And then of course you can come into another area of the park that's really nice to just cool off for a while. Or these cool colored mines. Makes me miss Tom Sawyer's Island. Super smoky in here today. There's a geyser that goes off. You can kind of cross this rope bridge. Another good area to let the kids run around if it is raining outside. So then you can just keep checking to see if the rain stops. There's a cool zone in Jurassic Park with these big Mr. Blower fans that feel super nice on a hot day. And you get a beautiful view of the bottom of the drop for Jurassic Park River Adventure. Before Skull Island Reign of Kong was here, this was all just trees. But they actually had another archway for the Jurassic Park area of the park just up here. But when they put Skull Island in, of course, Skull Island, Jurassic Park are two different movies, two different storylines. So they removed the archway that was right here to put in Skull Island Reign of Kong, which is a great addition to Islands of Adventure. I just wish that they put it a little bit further back where it could have been like its own path, like kind of over right when you enter into Toon Lagoon, and they could have kept that iconic Jurassic Park gate on both sides of the land to be a fully immersive land like it used to be. We did make it into Toon Lagoon. But yeah, see this pathway here, I wish the entrance for Kong was kind of here. That way they still could have left that entrance and still could have kept it its own separate thing, and it was just like a little mini ride in the middle of the land. Unfortunately, not a lot of kids today know who Dudley Do-Right or Popeye or Betty Boop are these days, unless you come here to Universal, or unless you're my kids who are obsessed with Popeye. But Toon Lagoon is still one of the most beautifully themed lands in any theme park, and this has been around for 26 years now, which is awesome. So we're going to continue our trek around Islands of Adventure and see what other fun details we can find. Skunk Works. You can see that box of skunks up there. They used to have a stinky smell coming out of the box, but I guess that stopped working a while ago. Let's head into Sweet Haven. Popeye is one of the best, if not the best, water ride you will ever go on in your life. So much fun. Never terribly long wait, unless it's super, super hot out. But Wimpy's is the best cheeseburger you'll have in a theme park. I know everybody's going to turn around and say, oh, it's just like any other cheeseburger in the park. It's actually not. It's made completely differently. The sauce on it is delicious. So if you're ever here and Wimpy's is actually open, which a lot of times it's closed for seasonal, I would definitely get a Wimpy burger whenever you can. But we're going to head on to Me Ship the Olive. Some kind of cool hidden gems on the ship. that you can play with. And you get some amazing views of the rest of the park up here too. And if you make your way up to the second story of Me Ship the Olive, you do have cannons on the other side where you can shoot the people that are in the barges below. But if you come to this piano and you play the tune, oh, maybe it's not working today. Guess it's not working. If you play the tune, it usually plays the theme song from Popeye. Oh well. You have your portrait of Olive Oil there, and Popeye's dad. But yeah, if you come down over here, you can squirt passerbyers. That's not even the bad part either.
It's not?
No. This is all tame. Once you get around that corner, you're drenched.
Wow.
Always fun just to wander through Toon Lagoon. All these crazy comic strip characters. And we're gonna head over to Marvel Superhero Island, the last island we have not visited yet. It actually used to be blocked off to get to Dudley Do-Right, but they opened it up. I don't know if it's working, but if you came over here, you can hit the button. And it actually vibrates like a jackhammer. Another spot here at Islands Adventure that's completely abandoned. This massive, massive amphitheater in between Toon Lagoon and Marvel Superhero Island. Now this was used for a Spider-Man stunt show for a very little bit of time, right when Islands first opened. Then it turned into a like BMX show. They did use it for Bill and Ted for Halloween Horror Nights when Halloween Horror Nights actually happened here in Islands Adventure for 3 years, I believe. But yeah, it's sat here abandoned ever since they used it for Horror Nights. This is a big plot of land that they can easily put in a new ride, a new show, just reuse the amphitheater, but who knows? It's been like this for years now, for as long as I can remember actually. Maybe one day they'll change that and use it for something more productive. I made it into the brightly colored world of Marvel Superhero Island. See all the pictures of all the superheroes and supervillains. MODOK, Magneto, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Electro, you name it, they're here. Captain America's out greeting guests with his shield. Love that you can come in here, even go into those stores and actually buy whatever the newest comic books are. They have a wall in the store here of comic books that have come out recently. And you can even buy some graphic novels of some of the older books, like the Spider-Man series, Miles Morales, things like that. Got a Doombot there. Doombots are located inside Dr. Doom's Fearfall. And actually once, when the park first opened, they did actually have a comic book made for Superhero Island where it actually explained the storyline of Superhero Island. About how Dr. Doom is extracting fear from tourists on his towers, and the whole story, which is essentially the same story as the Hulk for the Incredible Hulk coaster and an Amazing Spider-Man ride. So definitely go online and check out the comic book that was actually made for Marvel Superhero Island. Always love coming over here next to Blaze and Catch Mechanics. There's a bank heist car with a safe being extracted. And then if you come over here to the DoomNet.
Agenda Superhero Exchange number 8291. This is Iron Man, code 62819, for anyone at Avengers headquarters. The energy that fuels my armor is almost depleted. If Magneto's assault continues, I will have no way to replenish my power supply, and I fear no way to stop his terrible rent to the city.
Super cool. Just the little details throughout this whole area. You have the arcade, Gladiator's costume shop, and then of course that beautiful double tower there for Dr. Doom. If you head into the arcade at the exit for Doom, you can actually see Doom's throne up there in a cage. You exit out those doors and you can actually see the chair, his throne, at the very top of the stairs as you make your way into the arcade on your way out of Dr. Doom's Fearfall. So thank you so much for joining me here today at Alan's Adventure, looking at those little hidden details that maybe you didn't notice that last time you were here, but you can notice them the next time you come. As always, thank you for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for liking these videos, sharing these videos. We love what we do. We want to continue what we love what we do and give you more exciting things coming up in the near future, including Halloween Horror Nights, Howl-O-Scream, holidays around both Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld, and much, much more. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.